the perfect blend of savory and sweet and meats and cheeses and textures, but we don't always know how to put it together. If you're like me, you stand there at the meat and the cheese counter and you say, well, I hope this goes with this, and this sounds good, but will it go with this? I don't know.
Yeah.
Luckily,
right?
Sergio Bucarelli is here to say, I've got you. I have everything that you need, perfectly balanced with cheeses, meats, and this amazing fig jam that is to die for.
Yeah, I think so too.
And Sergio is even going to give you the bamboo cutting board as well. So you get everything included that you need for your charcuterie board.
We are so excited about this particular kit because my wife says because it's just so stinking cute. Like that's the way she says it, right? But we're so excited about it because everything that you saw there, you're gonna get in this box. You're gonna open this box up. The first thing that you're gonna see on top there is that bamboo board. And we think it's the perfect size.
Yes.
Because like we'll talk about all the foods because it truly is about the food, but this is something that is gonna live in your drawer and kind of come out, not just with maybe some of your meats and cheeses, but like just use as a board for like an apple or a pear or just a few pieces of cheese or whatever it might be. It's just the perfect size, like my wife says. And yes, we're giving you the board, but it really is about the food. And I'd love to take you through it because you know me, I get excited about food. It's just like totally, right? Like we all do. And it's truly about these flavor profiles. We're gonna give you a salami. How about a maple flavored salami, right? This comes to us from Giorgio's. We source a lot of our ingredients outside of Lake Como. So as far as an Italian salami goes, it is about as legit as you can possibly go. Then we are also doing a smoked gouda, super creamy. I'm gonna take you right in. The camera doesn't have to move here, but just check this piece out right here. That is a smoked Gouda. When you have that lattice work on top, you know that that is a smoked Gouda. This is about as creamy as you could get in a cheese. I cannot do charcuterie, and I couldn't in good conscience do charcuterie for you unless I were to add some coppa.
Yes.
And coppa is just some cured pork, and every Italian has to have some sliced coppa in their
I think a lot of us forget about coppa. We go salami first of all, right? Or we go pepperoni.
Totally.
Go coppa.
You have to go coppa.
If anyone hasn't had it, explain what coppa is.
It's a cured meat, so it's kind of like a salami, but it comes off of the pork shoulder. But it's so nice. It's delicate. It comes pre-sliced. I mean, when you talk about a savory, delicious meat, if you're into the meats and cheeses, this one is really going to knock your socks off. Then we have the crackers from Rustic Bakery, right? The rosemary and olive oil crisp. It has to start with a good base. And the rosemary and olive oil crisp, these are flavor profiles that are reminiscent of the Mediterranean. And look, this isn't just a cracker that's going to break easy.
Right.
That is a really solid crisp. And as you can see there, you see those little bits of like sea salt.
Yes.
I mean, this is the tastiest cracker I think you've ever had. And then to bring it all together, I always say this is worth the price of admission alone. Because
totally is. It is so good.
This is cooked down. This is from a brand called Braswell's. This is the #1 fig jam in the United States of America.
Really? I didn't know that.
It's so delicious, right?
I'm not surprised.
This is so good. It's cooked down with a little bit of cane sugar, large chunk of sun-kissed fig. You mix this sweetness with the saltiness and savoriness of the meats and cheeses that we've curated in this kit, and you have charcuterie for maybe that kind of pool party that you're getting ready to go to, that summer party that you say, you know what, I want to bring the perfect gift, or maybe it's not so much a gift, maybe I just want to bring something that we can open up and we can all eat together as friends. That's why my wife said, Serge, you have to put this all in one box so that she can take out the board, she can use the board and have those delicious salamis, meats, cheeses, snacks, crackers, jams, all of it. And that's why we're so proud of this. We're so proud of this kit.
Okay, we have an update for you. We have fewer than 250 of these to go around.
Oh, wow.
You are looking at getting all of the meats and cheeses, that fig jam, and you are getting this charcuterie board. So everything that you're seeing right here is what you are going to get, and it's a lot of food that you're going to have.
Yeah.
You're going to have multiple iterations of this charcuterie board. Add a little bit more fruit if you want to. I just had charcuterie for lunch today.
Yeah.
I just packed it in a lock and lock and brought in some cheeses, some grapes, some fruits.
I love it. That's, you know, charcuterie is the big buzzword. I always say when I was growing up, it was called lunch because my mom just would put out the wooden board, and that's what we did. That's how we ate. Charcuterie is amazing because you put out the wooden board. You don't even have to have the wooden board, right? But you take out those meats and cheeses and snacks. Everybody kind of gathers around. It's that meal that everybody just sits around, they talk, they play games, they just kind of spend and share time as a family or friends together. But you have to have really good foods, and charcuterie can be intimidating, especially if you go down your like artisanal aisle of your grocery store.
Yes, it's expensive and it's confusing.
Though I couldn't have said it better myself. Those two words, expensive for sure, and confusing it certainly can be for people, but you don't. I took all that confusion out. I put two of the best meats that I could possibly find. A delicious, creamy smoked Gouda cheese from Hunter's Reserve. By the way, this is an all-woman-owned brand out of Wisconsin.
Oh, great.
So you want to talk about a brand that knows their cheeses. Hunter's Reserve does, in fact, know their cheeses. The crackers come from Rustic Bakery. So if you're in that hoity-toity section of your store,
Yes.
right, like you'll see that Rustic Bakery crackers and crisps are the biggest deal in the store. I had to put those in here. The sliced copa, the salami, maple flavor, by the way, so you get that little bit of sweetness, that hint of sweetness. Braswell's fig preserve. Can I just say, I don't just eat this on my charcuterie. I eat these on my bagels, my Just Bagels. I eat this on my toast. I eat this on just about, I put this on everything.
That's so smart. We have Just Bagels coming up in the show.
Oh,
it's the challah Just
Let me
Bagels,
tell you,
which
I'll
are
tell
so
you
good.
what, the fig jam is going to go good on any kind of carb or any kind of charcuterie. I actually, if you're inclined to eat,
Oh my goodness,
I put
yes.
together a cracker, a little salami, the cheese, and that jam on top
Look
of there,
at
that
this
preserve. Excuse me.
perfect presentation, first of all.
That's what you're going to do with your charcuterie, right?
Just have a little bit. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm going to pop the whole thing in.
Go for it. Pop the whole thing in. Right? You get the crisp, you're going to get the saltiness, you're going to get the creaminess, you get the fig preserve. That's charcuterie right there. I love it. Thank you.
So perfect.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk after I chew.
No, please. No, and you know what?
so good.
So you're getting, what you're getting, you're going to experience, you're going to get this home, you're going to get this box, which we're really proud of, right? We had some really smart people work on our branding here. But you're going to get the box, you're going to open the box. The first thing you're going to see, again, is the bamboo board, right? So solid piece of board, small, very, very strong, super easy to clean, not big, fits in any one of your drawers. Take it out, slice your apple and cheese on there, slice your pear. You know, if your kids are kind of at home, make your one little PB&J on this. But that's why we love this. It's kind of dainty, but it's just like the perfect size, right?
And it's bamboo, right?
And it's bamboo, so it's super easy to clean, right? We love this. You get that in the box, and then you're getting those meats and those cheeses. Those two meats from Giorgio's, that salami, the copa that you just, I could not give you.
I'm going to try the copa in
Yeah,
just a
go for
moment,
it.
too.
Yep, for sure. Smoked Gouda, the crisps, rosemary and olive oil, that flavor profile reminiscent of the Mediterranean, and then, that fig preserve,
Okay,
right?
so now that I have chewed, let me tell you what I tasted. So
Please.
when I popped it all in my mouth because I
Flavor
wanted the
profile breakdown.
whole
Yeah,
everything.
let's do it.
The very first thing that I tasted was that delicious fig, right? A little bit of that sweetness.
Doesn't that stand out?
Then I get the smokiness of the cheese. Then, and the cracker is there to add that great texture.
Binding it all.
Binding it all together, a little bit of that rosemary coming in. And then the last note that I got was that maple salami. Absolutely delicious way to sort of round out the bite.
I want to hug you right now because when we had this, we felt the same way.
was
Like
so
we were
good.
like, everybody, my wife, Sergio, everybody said, those flavor profiles, they all go so good together. What you just articulated was exactly what we think you're going to feel when you get it at home and when you eat it.
You really will. Okay, I just tried the copa.
Yeah.
So good. And you can
Right?
taste how premium this copa is.
Savory, right? Has that delicious kind of little bit of saltiness to it. But that's what you want because when you add that saltiness to a little bit of sweetness of fig, this is all meant to be eaten together, I think, what you just experienced,
Yes.
right? But you certainly don't have to. You're not limited to. Take out some fruits. I mean, what we did down here, put some berries or some watermelon, whatever you'd like. That's charcuterie. It's an art. It's kind of like a big giant empty easel, canvas. You get to do whatever you'd like to do, right? Have some fun with it.
Pick up the Germac, right? Because so many people,
1000%.
they get their Germac and they put handfuls of Germac
with this?
onto your charcuterie.
Totally.
The summer flavors of Germac would go perfect with this.
Couldn't
Add
agree
those
more.
layers. Fewer than 200 now to go around.
Oh, wow.
The other thing with this copa,
Please.
there's a really nice bite to it.
Yeah.
So often you get a salami and it feels like it kind of disintegrates in your mouth.
That's true.
Right? This
Yeah.
with the copa,
Yep.
because it is that pork shoulder, you get a really nice chew.
No, for sure. And I feel like with real copa, that's what you're going to get. You know, kind of that little bit of, just lightly. I mean, if you look at the sides there on the edges, just that little bit of salt and pepper, kind of like right there on those edges. And that's the flavors that are going to kind of stand out the most in that delicious meat. It brings everything together. It's kind of the perfect, like my wife says, the perfect cute little charcuterie kit. And you know, and then once the food's gonna go in literally in like 30 minutes or an hour.
Right.
But then you're left with this solid board that you're gonna fit in your drawer and you're gonna be able to have fun with and use over and over again.
And I love that there's even these little kind of handles built in. I don't see that very often on cutting boards, but that makes it so much easier to carry from place to place. If it's flat on the table, you can reach and grab it, right? Because you have that extra little lip there.
That's
so it's just a really smart design. It's a really beautiful bamboo board. Because it is wood, of course, just hand wash this one. No dishwasher for that.
Super easy. Oh gosh,
but really simple and easy. And all of this, if you were to go to those artisanal markets and get the most artisanal cheeses, the meats, which is what this is, you'd be looking at a bunch more than you are right now with this kind of pack up here, because you're getting all the food with that bamboo board, so you can be using that again and again. And it's a lot, right? So a lot of times you maybe could, if it's just you and your partner, maybe you just want to have a third of all of it, then kind of save it for some beautiful evenings. Or if you are having a whole gathering and get together, put this out and everyone's going to just rave about it.
I like to think this is the perfect summertime box because, like you had said, if it's just a friend that's coming over, I'm going to take out this box. If it's, you know what, we're going over so-and-so's house with the kids or whatever it might be, bring this box with you as a gift. Or bring it with you and say, hey, we're going to open this and we're going to do a little charcuterie together. It's that kind of kit that, just like my wife said, you have to have for the summertime. We're really, really proud of it. Have those delicious salamis, that cheese, those crackers, that jam that you're going to go crazy for. But then have fun with the board for the rest of your life. Just clean it real easy. It's going to live in your drawer and you get to have it and keep having fun with charcuterie over and over again.
Can this box just stay in my pantry or do I need to pop it in the fridge?
You don't. This is all shelf stable. Get this, put it away until you need it. When you need it, it's there for you.
Gift
it's
closet.
Save you.
Gift closet idea, right?
Totally.
Place it there, or just any
100%.
entertainment that you have. Someone calls up, you're like, oh, I've got the charcuterie.
You got it covered.
It's good to go. So order now. Give us a call, 800-500-7590. We're a little bit slow on the phone lines right now, so if you need to, go over to QVC.com to place your order or use our app. Sergio, thank you so much.
Buon appetito, everybody. Thank you so much.
So great to see you. And delicious charcuterie. So exciting.